Welcome to the Utah Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Utah Street Banter Podcast. I'm Cody. With me, like always, is Elijah. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Not much. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good.
You got finals coming up, you were saying earlier?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got finals next week. Whole bunch of getting ready to submit assignments and projects this week. It's just the life of a college student, But then after that, I get to come home. So
Oh, nice.
It's worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, weather's been pretty amazing. So,
It's pretty nice out here. Yeah, that's true.
Yesterday, it was like in the high 80s. And then today, it's supposed to be the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I went fishing on Saturday, and apparently we chose the wrong day because that was the one cold day of the past while. So,
Oh, dude, yeah, we were camping on Saturday, and it was freezing. Oh, and you know what we had to do is we had to go to your sister's prom that you skipped out on just because you're like 6 hours away.
Yeah, I skipped out on it now.
Yeah.
I skipped out just like I skipped out on your daughter's birthday, too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I saw the pictures, and everyone looked thrilled to be there.
Yeah, it was freezing. Was it your prom or was there
one?
Yeah, yours was last year.
Last year prom. We're getting pictures and everything, and then everyone says, "Okay, let's go inside." We turn around and see a tornado a little bit away.
Like legit,
fun.
like legit.
Like I have friends who have pictures with tornadoes in the background.
That was crazy.
Gotta love it,
man. So anyway, luckily we didn't have to deal with that this year. We just had to deal because it was in the same location. But we didn't have to deal with that this year. We just had to deal with it being, and I say cold, it was like 50s, but with wind, so it wasn't like,
It's cold after you get a couple of those 75 plus days.
Right. Well, I guess we could jump in real quick, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about our Orioles this week. But before we get started, I had something fun I wanted to do real quick before we talk about our box scores of our ride of emotions over the past week. So what I wanted to do is I used to collect Orioles programs before they stopped doing it. I used to always get every single one or try every time I went. So I went to my bookshelf right before we started the podcast today and picked 2 programs. I'm going to give you, 2 guesses? 2.
Okay. 2
guesses. You got to guess the player or players. I'll tell you if there's 1 or 2. So I got 2 of them. Let me grab them.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to choose the older one first. What year were you born?
05.
Okay. So
2005.
you should remember this. Well, not
okay.
Remember. Yeah, kind of.
I was alive during it.
You were alive. I chose 2011.
2011.
Oh. Okay. All right. So 2011. This is the first edition of the program. All that means is that's the first one they made for that year. I'll give you a couple things. You can't search. Don't stop searching.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
All right. So here's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you their positions because that's only fair.
Okay.
All right. It's a first baseman and an outfielder or a DH. He was an outfielder or a DH.
First baseman, outfielder, DH.
Okay. It's 2 people, though. One's a first baseman.
Yeah, one's a first baseman, one's outfielder, DH. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Can you get either one of them?
Oh, Mark Reynolds.
Okay. I'm going to give you another guess. You're right.
That was wrong.
Okay. I'm going to give you one more.
One more on the team around then?
I think around. No, I could look, but I ain't got time. Okay. So the other one, one is a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of first ballot. I think maybe he's not first ballot, but he is a Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer. So that means. Is it Jim Thome?
No, it's not.
No, okay.
Jim Thome is
but
yeah, no. You're in the right. We got him.
I don't know.
His son plays professional right now. This guy.
Oh, it's Vladdy Guerrero, isn't it?
Vladdy
Senior. Oh, it's Vladdy Senior. I forgot he played for the Orioles.
And the other guy played for the Chicago Cubs before he came and played 1 season with us at first base. Do you know who that is? Well, this guy was Cubs before. Yeah, this guy was really good. Like, if we were back in the day, like you would be like, dude, this guy's a stud. Because he was really good first baseman.
I had no clue.
Yeah,
I'm gonna know it as you tell.
Derek Lee.
Derek Lee. Yep.
There it is.
That's a great.
I was showing it on the
wow.
So that's a good one. Okay, then I did pick a second one out. This one's easy in my opinion. I got to be careful how much. So it's 2016.
26.
Um,
Okay.
Okay, it's the first edition again,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get I 2016. I don't want to give you too much.
Just one player.
Yeah, just one player. Just 2016. I'm going to give you
Can
two
you
guys.
tell me? Yeah, tell me infield or outfield.
Infield.
Infield. Okay, Manny Machado.
No. Okay. Infield,
Okay.
but okay, you
Jake
got
Hardy.
no. Okay.
Are you see?
No, that's because it's 2016. Yeah, it's Chris Davis because
Chris
he's
Davis.
home run record.
I
Yeah.
guess that's true. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. You know, how about this? I have one that it's committed to memory, but I want you to guess. Do you know who was on the 2016 Orioles yearbook?
I can pull it out because I have it.
Oh,
But
never mind. Then that's not fun.
I won't look at it. I don't. It's in my
Okay,
bookshelf somewhere.
go for it.
Is it just one person? Is that what it is? Wait,
No,
I
it's
understand.
it's 3 people.
Okay, Adam Jones.
Yep.
Um, Manny. Is Manny on there?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay, dude. If I get this, all right. There's one more person. Adam Jones, Manny Machado. Oh, Chris Tillman.
Davis.
Davis. Oh, I should have said. I was like, there has to be a pitcher on there.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, that was close. That was close.
Yeah.
I had his first name right. That counts, right?
I don't think so.
It was kind of half and half, right?
I mean,
All right.
Jim Thome is pretty close to Vladimir Guerrero Sr., right?
So you're right. Actually, that wasn't like that's what I meant. Like because they came at the end.
No, that is yeah.
Yeah, but anyway. Well, let's get going into our current Orioles team. When we left off last week on Tuesday, April 23rd, but that was during the day, so it was before we went before we were at Los Angeles to play the Angels. We had Grayson Rodriguez go against Griffith Canning. Is it Griffith or Griffin? What is
Griffin.
Griffin Canning. I'm sorry, Griffin Canning. So didn't go over too well. We lost 7-4. We're going through these box scores pretty quick today, everybody. So Elijah's just going to give us a few little points. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. Grayson had easily his worst start of the year. He gave up, like you said, 7 runs. The bullpen did good though, but doesn't matter when your starter gave up 7 runs. Gunnar and Ryan O'Hearn, they brought in a couple runs in the third, or they brought in 3 runs in the 5th, and then Gunnar also hit a home run in the 7th. That was really all she wrote.
Yeah, and the thing that sucks about that is Canning was really struggling, and we couldn't hit. So the next day we are still playing the Angels, and we were playing actually a pretty good Tyler Anderson, who was doing decent. I mean, for an Angels starter. And then we finally hit the ball. We did end up winning 6-5 with Dean Kramer pitching another decent game.
Yeah, Kramer had a really solid start. What did he go? I think it was 5 2/3.
Yeah.
So what it was? Yeah, and then Webb and Cano, they each gave up a run. So, that's kind of where you see some of the runs start to pile up. And then Kimbrel, he really got lucky there. He struggled a lot. And the only reason he didn't even have to get that third and final out, Joe Adell got caught stealing second base to end the game for the Angels. And I don't know, people were saying that he was safe. I just think it's one of those that was too close to call, but I don't know. The ruling's been made. It's too late now.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a Angels fan, I think he's safe. If I'm an Orioles fan, I think he's out.
Yeah.
It was super close. I think if they called him safe on the field, they would have kept it.
Yeah, they would not overturn it.
You know what I mean? So we're just lucky that we just got
went
lucky.
outside originally.
And then we did see I don't know. I'm just gonna say I'll just take it out. But yeah. So anyway. Good.
Yeah, Henderson, he did really, really good this game. He went 3 for 3, had 2 hit by pitches, had a home run, brought in 3, and then Adley, Rutschman, Jorge Mateo, and Ryan Mountcastle all brought in runs.
Awesome. All right, then we came home to play the easy, terrible Oakland A's, or so we thought. So we go play Oakland A's on Friday night. We had our Corbin Burns on the mound. I felt pretty confident about this game. And then he only gives up 3 hits, goes through 6 innings, gives up 1 run, and we lose. So so that's great, and that's the beginning of the Craig Kimbrel drama.
Yeah, no, it was a really, really good start. It's just kind of the story of Burns' year for the Orioles. Give up a first inning home run, and then don't do anything else after that because 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, and 1 earned run's great. Shea Langoliers had a home run in the first, but like I said, beside that, he had 6 strikeouts. They're really good. The bullpen did relatively solid too, other than Kimbrel blowing the save. And then in the 10th inning, Jacob Webb led up the run because the ghost runner scored from second. And then Rhino Hearn, he brought in a run in the third to give us one of the runs, and then Mullins hit a home run, and that was it. It was really, really slow day for the O's.
Yeah, not much going on there. But luckily on Saturday, the Orioles bats decided to wake up. We ended up winning this game 7-0 behind your man, Cole Irvin, who just keeps telling me to put my foot in my mouth. He went 7 innings because I guess he said, I'm not giving this game to my bullpen because they seem to lose it every week.
Yeah.
So he went 7 innings, 0 earned. What a day.
Yeah. Now, Swerve and Irvin, I have here on my paper, Irvin supremacy. He's just, he's had 2 amazing starts. I kind of called it earlier. He just had to get a little bit warmed up. That's all it took. He had to get locked in. Now he's here. This is what we're seeing. I think it's going to be a really hard decision when Bradish and Means come back to take him out of the rotation, which is why you may hear later that I may be predicting Kramer might be out. But we'll see. The bullpen was really good. Bauman and Tate, they only gave up 1 base runner combined. And then the Orioles did really good. We had all but 1 starter get on base. Santander had an RBI double. Westburg and McCann had RBI singles. Adley and Mounty went back-to-back. It's just
awesome.
Great. Gunnar Henderson added on to his home run total with another one in the 7th and just led to a great win for us.
Yeah. And then come Sunday, another heartbreaker against Oakland. We lose 7-6 behind Albert Suarez. Albert Suarez decided, came back to reality a little bit. 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 6 strikeouts. The strikeouts were there. It was just not his day, man. Very frustrating again because there's another Kimbrel Blunt save.
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating all around. Suarez, I think it's kind of just seen that his number may be known now. It may be, he's kind of a fastball guy, and if you can sit on that high fastball, then you can kind of hit him. That's kind of what happened here. Like you said, 4 innings pitched, he gave up 4 runs, but not terrible. Aiken, Webb, Cano, and Tate did really, really good. No runs given up, but then Coulomb gave up a run in 2/3 of an inning, and then Kimbrel, he blew that save, giving up 2 runs and not even getting an out. And then he left with a back injury. So we're hoping he's going to be okay. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later with some transactions. And the offense did actually pretty good. 6 runs isn't terrible. Mountcastle did awesome. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Cowser had a nice double in the second, and Mullins grounded into it and grounded out for another RBI in the second there. And then Rutschman and Mountcastle also hit a home run each in the same inning in the third. Sadly, O'Hearn was in between them, so they weren't able to hit back-to-back on back-to-back days. And then Urias kind of snuck out of his slump maybe a little bit here with a home run in the 4th. But before we get away from the A's, I do have one question here. It's a little bit of a trivia that Cody may not know, but this is my Orioles here. Who's a player that's played all over the infield for the Orioles and the A's and also was in the World Series last year?
Oh, he's played all over. You mean all over, position-wise? All over?
Yeah, all over the infield. Yep.
Orioles and A's?
Infield utility player.
Oh, and I don't want to waste too much. He played on the Rangers.
He's on the Diamondbacks.
Oh, he's on the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
He was on the A's too?
Yeah.
It's not the first baseman. It's not the first, right? Okay.
No, I think he had one at bat the whole World Series.
Who is it?
Jace Peterson.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. I wouldn't know. You could get like 10 guesses.
Also played with the Brewers and I think somewhere else, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's just a little bit of trivia for you.
That's good.
And then we had last night's game too, where we had a nice win over the Yankees.
Yeah, 2-0, man. Let's go. Grayson comes out, pitches well. He really tried to get through the 5th inning. Just let up 3 walks in 5 2/3. That kind of really hurt his pitch count. Only 3 strikeouts, but you're pitching against that lineup. I was just happy to see. He really had some tough spots where he battled through. Cionel Perez came out. We haven't seen him in a little while. Came out, pitched really well, and threw an inning, got out of it, gave up 1 hit. Cano, obviously, he just keeps shoving, man. He comes in, goes 1 inning and a piece, gave up a hit. And then our boy Danny Colon comes in and gets his first save of the season with without giving up a hit or a run. But anyway, so yeah, we got that win. A leadoff home run from Gunnar helped a lot, and then an error by Volpe gave us that second run in I believe it was the 8th. And yeah, so I was just very stressful day because I just did not trust our bullpen. As you know, as we couldn't beat the A's with them. So
no, and it was. I think what I don't know the stress is the Yankees had a lot of really good at bats especially against Grace. Like you said, he got into a lot of trouble a couple different times, but he found a way. We had some really good defense. Westbrook made 2 really, really nice stops to try to turn a double play. We didn't get the out at first, but he had one diving play with spin around, throw it to Gunnar at second. It's just proven that really this whole team is really well put together all around.
Yeah. We had the only problem I saw when I was watching the game is, well, I'm looking at the stats now. So it just felt like the Orioles had a lot of chances to blow the game open. We had 14 runners left on base. Urias came up short one time, and then Henderson was right after him, came up short. But looking at that, it looks like the Yankees had an even rougher time because they had 22 people left on base.
Wow.
That's a lot. So that's a lot of pitching in difficult situations.
Yeah. And what I do like to say, where did you get that number that we had 14 left on base?
It's on the MLB.
I'm seeing that we only had 6.
It says LOB, left on base.
Are you looking at the right game?
Yeah.
Team left on base. Like, can you see it?
Yeah, look at mine. Seriously, I'll just take it out. But yeah, can you see it? Hold on. I don't know. Is it backwards?
Oh, because that's counting every single batter's left on base.
Okay, well I won't. I'll just take it out then.
No, that's fine. That's just that because that's what I have it. Team left on base right here was 6 because it's counting like if someone walked and say he got to say someone got to second and then 2 batters came up and got out. That's just counting as 1, I guess.
Okay, it's okay.
Because that's what I was gonna say. 14. That's impressive. We only had 4 hits.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was just happy to see us pull off that win. You know, we're not gonna get swept, so that's good. As an Orioles fan, and I'm just stressing about everything right now. Especially if
you don't have to face Garrett Cole.
Yes, that's true. But one thing I would just want to kind of circle back to is the struggles out of our bullpen with, especially we talk about Craig Kimbrell. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. I don't know if you remember it, but the amount of games he has pitched in already is pretty remarkable. Because it's like between how many games we played, I think it's almost 50%, if not more. It's just so. I think
he's pitched in 13 games so far,
right?
And I think that's about half.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. So it's one of those things where I am getting tired of seeing blown saves by Craig Kimbrell, but my man is an old dude and he's being used at a 50% clip, which is unrealistic. I mean, Felix Bautista couldn't be used for a 50% clip. You know how I know that? Because he's out for the whole season, because he got used so much. But yeah. So I mean, I'm just so frustrated, and you can hear our manager Hyde when he talks about every night, or even on wins, when we win, he's like, we just need our bullpen to step up, because he's not being able to have a reliever pitch more than he wants the relief pitchers sometimes to give them 2, but they can't do it. They can't do it, And the frustrating part is sometimes they're a rough part of the lineup too. Like, I mean, when a relief pitcher comes in and it's the 7-hitter, we should be able to get through that inning. And that's why I kind of got ticked off with Kimbrell the other night against the A's, because he came in and he just could not get an out. So not just that, but you're at the bottom of an Oakland A's order. I mean, so that's basically like,
they're not that good.
I mean, he's not going to beat the top. He's not going to be able to close games for the Norfolk Tide. And I get it. You know what? I'm not going to say that the Oakland A's are that great just because of what they beat us and some of the Yankees. I mean, it's still, look at the final record and then we'll talk. But I mean,
Yeah.
But what you got to say? Anything about the bullpen?
You know what? I'm trying to stay more positive this episode. I don't know.
So we
It's
flip
just-
flopped. We flip flopped.
I'll let you take the anger. I don't know. Maybe it's because of I'm just like taking back and looking. Yeah, we had a rough couple games, but we still overall the games that we previewed, we still we lost. We are broke even. Over the past 6 games, we're 3-3, and that's not terrible. We just can't do worse than that. We had I think the 5th best record in baseball, something like that. So,
Yeah. So I was thinking about that the other earlier
we're
today.
tied for first in the East.
Yeah. So I see all these holes in like games that we are lost by just dumb stuff by the O's. And but then I'm like, you know what? Can you imagine if we didn't lose this game? Like we you know, we would have a single digit loss record, because we're like always in it. When we get hot or get going, it's going to be impressive. Another thing I want to talk about really quick is the Orioles pitching, because they got some interesting decisions coming up. I know I'm going off your script today, but one thing I want to talk about real quick is obviously Corbin Burns isn't going anywhere. Grayson Rodriguez isn't going anywhere. Okay. It is hard to tell Dean Kramer, who's been pitching well, that he's going somewhere. Albert Suarez has only given up any runs in one game out of the 3 he's pitched. Cole Irvin, your dude, he can't pitch any better in his last 2 games. I just named all 5. Okay. Boy, who would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be talking about where is Kyle Bradish going to fit in this rotation? Because boy, I mean, do I think Albert Suarez is going to keep doing what he's doing? No. Do I think Cole Irvin is going to keep doing what he's doing? No.
Yes.
I know you do, but I don't. But it's our starting pitchers are doing what we needed them to do, right?
Yeah.
The bullpen is absolutely trash. Okay, I'm sorry, that was mean. Is not doing very well.
and I would just like to say that
you're not allowed to be positive at all.
No. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just. I would like to say that I know you want to be all like mean and just tear down on our bullpen, but let me just.
I do. You're right. You're right.
Let me read for you a couple stats.
I don't want to hear them.
Between Danny Coulomb, Craig Kimbrell, Jacob Webb, Dylan Tate, and Keegan Aiken,
I hate
the
all
highest ERA is 3.46.
I know, but they only give up runs when I don't want them to.
Well, that's life.
I know.
We're doing really good. Like,
I know. I'm just
step back and
no. I don't want to. I don't want to ever lose. I don't.
I know. Neither do I.
I don't want
to. It's the Oakland A's. Do you think I want to lose to them?
Right. But anyway,
they have someone that went to they have a player on their team that went to a rival high school. Mind, do you think I want someone from Cape and Lopin High School to beat the Orioles? No.
Right.
But no, I would love to. I'd love for us to sweep every single team we play, but that's not realistic.
Yeah, I
not getting you riled up.
Yeah, right. I got you. I was just saying, man. And the Oakland A's to me right now are they're the equivalent of the Major League, the movie, the Indians. Like their owners trying to move them. They're doing all this stuff. They probably don't have a hot tub in there that works. They got to put a boat motor. Yeah, a boat propeller going. And so obviously they're like, you know what? We're gonna have to go play in a AAA stadium next year. We're gonna
for the next 2 years.
Yeah, they got a cardboard cutout of the dude because their manager's not a woman, so this gets weird.
Yeah.
But before this gets even weirder, we got some fun things to talk about today. And that is we're gonna do a March and April recap of the past month. And I'm gonna let Elijah kind of lead a little bit here. Because he did a great job on pulling up some stats. So you go right ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so I just got overall for a March and April recap. Counting today's win, we move our record to 18-10, which ties us atop of the AL East with the Yankees, and win tomorrow will get us a game ahead of them. And that moves us to somewhere near the top 5 records in baseball. We moved it. Like I said, moved to 18 wins, so that gets us pretty close to the top with the Phillies and the Braves and those sorts of teams, which is where I think we are. I think we're around that good. And we've had a relatively successful past month-ish, give or take. I don't know the exact number of days, but near 30 games here, and I think we're in a pretty good spot. I think this is about where I would have imagined us. I wasn't going to act like we were going to go up like the Patriots over the Falcons 28-3 or something like that. But, we're doing pretty good. And so I asked Cody and myself a couple questions here, couple like who we think the MVP for pitchers and position players and our biggest surprises and letdowns and stuff like that. And I think we just need to go through here and maybe explain why we picked who we picked, and some of them are more obvious than others and stuff like that. But we'll start here with our pitching MVPs. And I think, who most Orioles would assume, Corbin Burns, who's just done amazing as an Oriole. He has a 2.55 ERA, 3-0. He's pitched in 6 games, 35 in a third inning, 35 Ks, a 0.93 whip, and a 194 batting average against. So, he's been really, really solid this season. Kind of everything that Orioles hope for. Cy Young candidate already. I don't think that really much explaining that needs to happen. But Cody, you want to tell me yours?
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, you went with the obvious Corbin Burns. I think I'm going with an obvious here on my pitching MVP. And that's, I mean, Albert Suarez was a stud. First 2 games he gets his wins when he's not supposed to get his wins. Doesn't even give up an earned run. If your argument is because it was the Oakland A's, the Minnesota Twins and the Los Angeles Angels, then you're right. I mean, he goes almost 6 innings in both games, gives up a total of 7 hits with no earned runs or no runs at all. So pitched really well. Obviously, comes against Oakland on the 28th and only gets to 4 because he gives up 4. But I'm really happy with him. He's my MVP for this month. Do I think he's going to be MVP next month? I don't. I hope he is. I mean, this would be I hope I'm proved wrong. But to me, MVP surprise. I'm just very happy with him. I like the way he talks. If you listen to his interviews, easy guy to root for. It feels like he could make you run through a brick wall with the way he talks.
Yeah,
big fan of him.
Yeah, and no, I completely, I think that's understandable at all. Yeah. And so I'm going to move over to my position player MVP now. And I think we both kind of choose the 2 obvious answers. But I'm going to start off with Gunnar Henderson, who has played in 28 games, which, if you're doing the math, that's every single game the Orioles have played this year. Started in every game, and he's had 10 home runs to last night's home run. That gave him the MLB tying lead home run. He's now tied with Mike Trout, I believe, for 10 home runs at top. It's pretty good company there.
It is.
He's had only 3 doubles, which you're saying, well, that's not that great. Well, he's also had 3 triples, so he's just kind of fast.
Yeah.
He's got 23 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, and 0 caught stealing, which is, I think, more impressive than the 6 stolen bases.
Yeah.
And he's slashing a 289, 352, and 632. Most of those stats are leading the team. If not, they're second to the guy that I think you're about to talk to.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm going with Colton Cowser. The Milkman has been everything more than what we could have ever imagined him being. Very happy with him. He's batting a 301 right now, 6 bombs, 18 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. The biggest thing I like about this is he's only, he doesn't have the at-bats that Gunnar has yet, the number of bats he's only. But very happy with him, doing great. I really don't know what else I can say other than every time he comes up the bat, I feel like we have a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think he's one of those guys at any given time, I'm like, he could hit a bomb right here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's done really good. I think the main reason I didn't pick him was, Gunnar's just been MVP caliber.
Oh, totally understandable.
And I think the other thing is just some of the underlying stats for Cowser are kind of pointing that he might start slowly regressing. And that is not me trying to knock anything that he's done. He has been amazing. It's just he kind of has some high swing and miss numbers, some high strikeout numbers, and he has really struggled against certain off-speed pitches, specifically the changeup. And I think it's just, I'm not trying to say that he's going to be bad, but I think he's going to regress to probably a more normal player.
Yeah.
And just not be the best player in baseball, but it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then our next category here is our biggest surprise player, and I have mine here is Jordan Westburg. And it's good. Not even. I thought he was going to be good, but I don't think I expected quite this.
Nope.
Where in 26 games, he has a 305 average, a 359 OBP, and a 537 slug. He's got 19 RBIs. He's got 6 walks, 4 stolen bases. He had his first caught stealing in last night's game, and he's just been kind of killing it. I don't know what else really to say. He's definitely exceeded my expectations in a lot of the underlying stats. He's towards the top in all of baseball. Actually, I read an article posted by MLB.com today about Westberg and Cowser, and it actually talked about a lot of the stuff I talked about last episode, where about some of the hard hit rates and stuff that he's been doing, and it's just he's kept it straight up since last week. He's done amazing.
Did they mention you as like a credit?
No, they didn't. I had to talk with my lawyer to see if there's grounds. They're not.
Yeah,
We'll get back to the MLB. Rob Manfred, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, yeah, right. My biggest surprise player is I broke the rules as you yelled at me earlier. I did 2 people because I'm doing Albert Suarez. He's my biggest surprise player also. But because I talked about him already, I'm also going to go with the guy who I believed in the whole time, and that's Cole Irvin.
Lie. That is a lie.
I believed in him the whole time.
You did not.
I will go.
Oh, you can go back. You can go back and listen because
I will delete them right now.
He cannot say that he believed the whole time because there's proof that he didn't, and that I believed in him at the very beginning. It said he was going to have a good year during spring training, and it looks like someone was right.
Yeah, well, so the 2 biggest ones I'm going to talk about is the game against Oakland. Obviously, that was last week. He goes 7 innings, only gives up 4 hits, 0 earned. And then the game before that, he goes against the Kansas City Royals, goes 6 2/3, gives up 4 hits once again, only gives up 0 earned runs. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with him. He's doing pretty awesome. Albert Suarez and Cole Irvin right now are blowing my mind. You could have gave me, I don't know, 10 guesses at the beginning of the year who I thought would be my surprise player of the month, and it would not be them 2. You know who I probably would have said? I probably would have said Jackson Holliday, and he probably is one of my biggest surprise players. It's just the wrong reasons, yes. So
yeah. And from there, we can move on to our biggest letdowns, which surprisingly, neither of us said Jackson Holliday.
Yeah.
But mine's a little bit more of a letdown for me, and it's Austin Hayes. I know he's hurt right now, but I mean, he played in 19 games and had 5 hits. He had 2 RBIs. I mean, he was batting a 111, had a 200 on base percentage, and another 111 slug. So it's kind of a rough year, and it's kind of hard to see. I'm almost thinking it may have been because of injury, because he was hurt towards the end, and I know he missed a lot of spring training because he had the flu or some virus or something like that, and he lost like 10 pounds, which definitely can affect you. That definitely could be what it is. So I'm hoping if he comes back healthy, he could really impact something, or I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the one thing that's frustrating me right now is they put Austin Hayes on the IL, and they bring up Heston Kjerstad, and my man's gotten like one game. I think we're just wasting that. If you're not going, you might as well just start putting him on the trade block or something, because it's just useless when I'm just so frustrated with that. If your argument is where is he going to play, that's not my job. But I saw everything he's doing in AAA, and now he comes to the big leagues, and I gotta watch Ramon Urias swing and miss. I know he can't play second. I know.
He can't play second, third, or short.
Can we just do the MLB The Show thing and just switch his attributes? Just make him
make it. But no, because that's the problem that we have with him is he's an outfielder and he can only play really right field or left field, and we have, as you mentioned, Colton Cowser out there who needs to be playing every day.
Right.
And then you also have, he can't play center field, so that leaves Mullins there. And then you also have Santander, who's kind of hard to take out of your lineup and sit on the bench. And then you say, oh, well, we have the DH spot. Well, the problem is
O'Hearn. I know.
You have O'Hearn who is killing it again. And you say, oh, well, O'Hearn only bats against righties. Well, you're not going to bat Kjerstad against a lefty because he's a lefty too.
Right.
So it kind of leaves you stuck.
You're right. It's just frustrating. I was excited.
We're too good.
Yeah.
Too good.
I wish we could move some people around, make them do what they're not actually, not going to, but.
Kjerstad, the unathletic, well, not unathletic. I mean, he's a professional baseball player, but the probably, if I had to say, probably the least athletic guy on the team right now. Yeah, let's make him our shortstop now.
Right.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
My biggest letdown is I've talked about it at length already, but is the entire Orioles bullpen. I was really hoping, I knew that we overachieved last year, but I was hoping that it wasn't at this rate. I know you hit me with the stats, tell me they don't suck as much as I'm saying, but it feels like it. I mean, it feels like it. I'm wondering if a month from now, if they figure out a better uh chain of command, if that makes sense. Because it feels like we don't really know that yet. We know that Kimbrel's a closer. I get that. And we know that Cano's there, but it seems like we're just, I don't know. It just, people are just not doing well in the position that they're put in. And this is not Hyde's fault at all, in my opinion. Because I'm sorry, you can't blame Hyde on putting a professional baseball pitcher in a spot to get 3 outs. You're a professional baseball pitcher. That's your job, So it just seems like I'm wondering, if that's going to get a little better.
Yeah.
So.
I will, just to make you feel slightly better about your situation. So you remember how I said that, like, what was it? Coulomb, Kimbrel, Webb, Tate, and Aiken all have an ERA below 3.5.
Yeah.
I just went back to Baseball Reference, and they did the people that pitched the most in your bullpen. And out of our 5 most relievers, other than Cole Sulser, who had an amazing year somehow, 2.7 ERA in 63 innings, Dylan Tate, Tyler Wells, Tanner Scott, Paul Fry all pitched, and the lowest ERA of the 4 of them was 4.11.
Wow.
So just maybe remember the good old days of 2021.
Yeah, I don't want to remember those days at all. Yeah. But another guy, just to keep going off of my disappointment, is I really thought Mike Baumann was going to do, when he was pumping almost 100 earlier this year, I was really excited to see him. And now he's, sporting like above a 5 ERA. Just seems like, if he comes in, just hope you got about a 6-run lead.
Yeah, he's been struggling.
So, and then, we just sent Tate down because he has options. He's not doing that bad. Yeah, and that's another thing. You want to talk about how the Orioles bullpen's not doing that great. I just picked a guy and I just said he's not that bad. You know what I mean? So it just sucks because you see our lineup. But yeah, I'm saying all this, and your argument is, dude, well, we just shut out the Yankees 2-0 last night. So I get it. Yeah. But that's my biggest letdown.
No, it definitely makes sense. That's definitely the most frustrating part of the season so far, I've had to guess. But so here I got another one for us. Is what do we think is the best individual game performance? Luckily, we both picked different ones. I personally picked Colton Cowser's April 11th game against the Red Sox, where he went 4 for 5, had 4 RBIs, and hit not only just 2 home runs, his first 2 career home runs.
Yeah, that was sort of his coming out party. Like, I mean, that's when we started to know who the heck Colton Cowser was and what he was going to do. And that's also when he started getting in the lineup consistently. I'm going to go with Gunnar Henderson. This is a game that I was at March 30th. He went 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, and we were all so excited to see him come right back up to bat to see if he could get a double for the cycle, and we pinch hit him. So, yeah. So, anyway.
Hey, everyone's got to get their at-bats.
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty much destroying I don't even remember who we were playing that game. It was the first, who we opened up against? Was it the Angels?
Angels?
Sorry, yeah, we were destroying the Angels. They took Mike Trout out. I was kind of bummed about that because I'm a Mike Trout fan, just because it was such a lopsided game. But, yep, that's mine. Gunnar Henderson, March 30th, 3 for 4, double shy.
Yeah, I think that's another fair one. But here I got another one. What do we think is the biggest play of the season so far? We definitely took 2 very different routes against this.
You hate that so much.
I definitely don't like it.
Oh.
But I chose Jordan Westberg's opposite field home run against Nick Anderson against the Royals to walk it off for us. And I feel like that was kind of his coming out party there.
Yeah.
And that's when we realized that this year was going to be different for him than last year.
Yeah.
And then you can go ahead and explain yours, I guess.
So I went with the biggest play in this athlete's career so far. And I know that because he only has 2 to choose from. And that's Jackson Holliday's first hit against the Milwaukee Brewers on April 14th. It's his biggest day of his life. He got a hit. He believe it or not, he'll get another one in about a week and a half or so after that one. But that's what I'm going with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. And you know what? I can't say anything against it. It was important. But and then I have last year is just our best Orioles moment so far this season. And I also I chose April.
You chose Jackson Holliday's first hit?
What?
You chose Jackson Holiday's first hit too?
No, I did not. I chose a date I've already mentioned, April 11th. Do you remember that Colton Cowser game? Yeah, I chose it when the Orioles went into extra innings.
That was awesome.
And we scored 6 runs in the top of the 10th inning of Isaiah Campbell of the Red Sox. It was just great. You had the ghost. Jackson Holiday was involved in this. He was the ghost runner on second. And then Henderson just crushed an opposite field home run over the monster. And then we just kept piling on. Mullins had an RBI single, and then Cowser had his second home run of the day in there. It was just a great inning.
Yeah, it was. You're right. I'm going with you've already talked about it already, but my favorite moment, I guess, I was at the game. It was like a rainy day, and we Jordan Westbrook gets up and hits a walk-off bomb. That's on April 1st. That's the win, and for us, 6-4. But yeah, pretty awesome. I love being there. And you're right, though. It's sort of like it was with him coming out to show that he has power too. Yeah, pretty awesome day. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about May, because it's gonna be May. Come on, that's a Backstreet Boys. God's sakes, or NSYNC, whatever.
Gotta be May.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I know you're young, but come on, you got.
No, I know Backstreet Boys.
Okay, so
you know who my dad is.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah. Is it NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? That's terrible. I think,
or is that might be NSYNC.
I think it's NSYNC. And if you're complaining right now about our boy band knowledge, you can just go somewhere. Because I'm sorry.
NSYNC.
I thought it was NSYNC. Yeah. Because I knew you were.
I don't want you to tell me why we're wrong.
Tell me.
See what I did?
Good job. Good job. You're killing it right now, dude. You're killing it. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So looking forward to May, trying to get back on track here. Sanel Perez has been taken off of the IL, and that was last night. And Dylan Tate was sent to AAA. Kyle Bradish, he should be making his next start in Baltimore. They were talking about maybe it being Thursday this week. That would be against the Yankees, and that means, Elijah, you will see him because you will be at that game.
I'm going to be at that game, so hopefully I get to see him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, to me, it's either going to be John Means or Kyle Bradish, right?
Yeah.
Because I think both are ready to come off the come up from the AAA anytime soon. You got any predictions you're coming to?
Yeah, I have a couple predictions because, like you said, with Bradish and Means coming up, that means roster moves are coming. Yeah. And this is how my crystal ball, like the psych, like whatever it's called. But I'm looking into the future, and I've been right before, and this is how I'm going to predict this. So I think Bradish, I'm predicting Bradish is called up first.
Okay.
And it honestly could be all in one move. If Bradish gets called up, I know you like him, but I think Suarez probably gets sent down. Because I also think Means is going to be called up around that same time. And I don't see, if we have both Bradish and Means here, and that means we have to kick multiple people to the bullpen, how Yohan Ramirez can stay on this team.
He needs to be gone.
So that's why I see he should be. So this is kind of how I'm seeing it, and the order might be off, but Ramirez and Suarez, those are the two that'll be sent down once Bradish and Means get called up. And so I see this going in two directions. We either run a 6-man rotation with Burns at the top, and then Bradish, G-Rod, Means, Kramer, and Irvin, which is a lot there. I will say that's a lot.
Yeah.
Or we put Irvin or Kramer in the bullpen. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think I don't disagree with anything you're saying. My only other option is if we were to put Suarez in the bullpen with. But yeah, I don't know. I think you're going to see Kershaw go back down. I don't see why not, as he doesn't play for the Orioles right now currently. So I could definitely see us adding another arm,
an extra pitcher,
and then getting rid of a batter that doesn't ever play.
That could be.
But I mean, I can see that because I think Suarez stuff plays as a relief pitcher too. I do because he's definitely it's a heavy ball, hard to get up in the air. But like I said, I mean, we don't have any insider information. This is all just.
No, what do you mean? I met with Michael Elias this morning.
Oh, did you? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, this is all facts.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, but yeah, so
and it's gonna be. I think whatever it's gonna be a tough move, and it's gonna kind of suck because there's gonna be at least one person that you say, well, I thought he could be really impactful. That's gonna have to get sent down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I'm very surprised Tate got sent down. That's not a like when I was making this up, it was before Tate had been sent down, and it actually kind of ruined everything I'd wrote when he did because I thought Perez was coming up, and I thought that meant with all of these moves, it was going to be Bauman, Suarez, and Ramirez were going to get sent down, and Bauman, of course, would have to be DFA'd because he's out of options. But I guess that's why they sent Tate down.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a GM,
yeah.
so
I mean, the thing saving Bauman right now is his no options because he will get picked up. I mean, he's the high 90s. Somebody's going to try to fix that.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. Our upcoming schedule, we got, of course, we're still in the Yankees series for the next 3 more terrible days. That I got to stress out about that. Then we go against a really good Cincinnati Reds team. A really talented Cincinnati Reds team.
Yeah.
Then we go to Washington, who can be kind of
surprising.
Yeah. Washington can be sneaky. You got to be careful with them. You got the Diamondbacks, Blue Jays, Mariners, the Cardinals, then the White Sox. I swear to God, we better sweep the White Sox. They're the worst team in all of baseball.
So just don't be like the Rays and get swept.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Then we got the Red Sox and the Rays. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a decent. I mean, I think the schedule looks about the same in talent level as last month.
Yeah.
But we need to pack wins because when it comes to June, we got a really difficult schedule coming. We'll talk about that as that time comes. But yeah, so we got a fun schedule coming up. Next week when we get to you, I think we'll be in the at the end of the Cincy series. No, we'll be at the beginning of the Washington series.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to talk about the Yankees and the Reds 2 series, and hopefully it's about how shocked we were about how we came and crushed the New York Yankees and put them in their place and made the Yankees fans feel awkward at the Orioles.
We're gonna make them trade Soto after this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so
that's how good we're gonna do.
Yeah, but so until then, everybody, we can't thank you enough for joining us on another episode on the Utah Street Banter. We definitely love that you're listening to us. We definitely hope that you give us a rating, a 5-star rating on our reviews here. Please make sure you like and follow all of our social media pages. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and X under the username of Utah Street Banter.
Yep. And make sure if you guys have anything you'd like us to discuss on here, reach out to us, please. DM us on Instagram, Twitter, I don't know what it's called. I guess Facebook, just instant message or whatever.
Yeah.
Send us anything. I mean, I'll put out my personal email if we'll get people to reach out. I would love for you guys to give us topics to discuss.
Absolutely. We've had a few of you guys reach out to us on Facebook, and we can't thank you enough for that. But definitely, if you, like Elijah said, if you have any questions, definitely shoot us a message. That can definitely be done on Facebook Messenger and on Instagram Messenger. All right. Until then, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Yep. See ya.
I did forget to tell you that we had I did forget to say we're second on power rankings. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy.
I don't. Ben Verlander, I'm pretty sure is the one that made that. Isn't that per Verlander?
It's per MLB.com.
Oh, it's just per. Okay.
Which it might be him.
If it is him, I don't. He is stupid.
Oh, right.
He's only got a job because his last name.
Is he related to Justin Verlander?
Yeah, he's his brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
And he's the one that hit a home run off of his brother or something. Like, got it. You ever seen that video? Yeah,
Ben Verlander. I mean, maybe when I know Ben Verlander wasn't a baseball player.
Okay, Verlander or Scherzer. I thought it was Verlander. All right, let me go to Messenger.
Do you know what? I'm looking on Facebook right now. Is it people like that are messaging us or comments that are left?
No, we had Serial Blum Jr. She's like, I don't need nothing. Go O's. And yeah, and then comments. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing. Go O's.
Yeah, she was just like, I don't need nothing. Go O's. But anyway, and yeah, and we do have an email. I don't check it though, so that's not good.
We have an email.
Yeah.
I did not know we had an email.
Yeah, it is. Ah, crap! I gotta find it. That's terrible. I made it so it's like utahstreetbanter@gmail.com.
Okay.
I made it so that way I didn't have utahstreetbanter@gmail. Hold on, let me go on it. Let me make sure. Hold on, did I stop this yet? No. Stop. Confirm.